Day and night, the lonely loner seems to free his mind at night. At night. At night.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Hollywood AJ, back where we belong. Another episode, Hollywood at Night, with your host, Hollywood AJ. That is my co-host, co-star, the one, the only, Mrs. Allie. How's it going?
What is going on, guys? How are you?
I am good. How are you, chat? Great. Can't hear you, but we will always
Actually,
ask.
we want to hear from you.
We want
Comment.
to. Please comment. We are
Yes.
doing this solely for you and obviously for the love of the game.
Yes.
So, you do anything fun, Mrs. Allie, over the last weekend before we dive into this thick, juicy ass story?
I can't. I don't even know. My life is just so blended together right now. Probably, but I can't. I can't even think of anything. Actually, we're so happy it's spring. We've been out. We have this huge park here in Oklahoma called the Gathering Place. So I took my kids there
Nice.
and working, just working.
Hell yeah.
So
Did your husband fill out a March Madness bracket at all?
I don't think so.
No.
Uh-uh.
Mm.
I saw this really funny video on TikTok, not TikTok, Instagram. I don't have TikTok, of this guy. So this gay guy, and
Oh
he's
shit.
talking to his straight brother about
Mm.
March Madness, and it's just like a zoom in on his face, and he was just like, "March Madness, is that wrestling?" And that's me. I do not like basketball. So
Oh man. Well, this friendship is over. I'm just kidding.
I could talk football all day, I promise.
I have a basketball tattooed on me. It's in my blood. So
Sorry.
it's fine. I'm just joking. But
Then there is a basketball player that I do like. I forget his name though. He played for Thunder. I don't think he plays for them anymore. And
Kevin Durant.
nope, he looked like a caveman. He was like this big
Oh, Steven Adams.
Steven Adams.
He plays for the Rockets now.
Ooh, that boy's handsome. But he's the only, I mean, I know basketball players, but he's like the only one I watched. Like
He's the one that you
he's the one.
gotta. Yeah, I
I'm like,
see.
he looks like he could build a fire. That's all I have to say.
He looks
With
like
his
he
bare
could build a
head.
fire and put that fire out, if you know what I mean. You know.
Yeah.
Well, that's great to hear. So let's get into it without further ado. Nothing really goes on in my life. Trying to have more things happen, but
That is not true.
I
You have
feel
a
like
very crazy life that I wish we could talk about.
soon, definitely in the next
Yeah.
few months, we will talk about it. It'll be like a
Yes.
AJ special of what the hell is going on in my
Watch,
life
we get
type
that, we get
shit.
like billions of viewers. All we needed to do was just air all the dirty laundry.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that might be what we just need to do. So
Let's
I
do
will
it.
definitely keep that in mind. But
Yep.
we talked about it last week for a little bit on our double topic video. And with all the stuff that's came out over the last week, we decided to just focus solely on this topic, and that is Taylor Frankie Paul, the video coming out of her beating the absolute piss out of Dakota. Now, I don't know much about the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I know we discussed this last week, but I thought it was basically a show where these females were famous for no reason. I
Hmm.
did come across they were a part of Mom Talk, which is, I guess, a vernacular term for helping other moms in the everyday life of being a mom, but at the same time, getting down and dirty in the bedroom.
Hmm.
That led to their show of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and they were basically outliers of the Mormon faith, of the Mormon community. They do drink alcohol, coffee, tea. They do sleep around with each other's husbands. I've heard something as crazy as someone's pee tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
Oh God.
Yeah, so that floats your boat. Hey, good for you. Hercules. So
I am judging you if that floats your boat. Just FYI.
yeah, so that's what I know. We're going to go through all the stuff that's happened, give you all a little bit of a timeline as
We are going to have to do a third video because I got to watch this show because I have no idea what it's about. I have, honest to God, no idea what it's about.
I mean, people hate on the Kardashians and people say the Kardashians are famous for no reason when in reality I feel like they are. I know
Yeah.
TikTok has helped people change their own lives, but at the
Hmm.
same time it's people like this that are famous for no reason. And maybe it's because they live these wild lifestyles where all their dirty laundry is aired out, to your point about me and my
Yeah.
crazy life. All their dirty laundry is aired out. What is your take so far on what you know about this situation?
I mean, so I have a little bit of a different point of view when it comes to reality television. I think I said this last week. If I sat down and watched the Kardashians, I would be glued to the TV all day. I would not have a life. So I stray away from anything reality TV. I don't, but it's not real. None of it's real. And so when
It's
stuff like
not.
this comes out, it goes to show that these people are not perfect. These people without the filters and all the work, all the stuff, they're just normal human beings with normal human problems.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just out there for the world to see. And I do sympathize with that because I again don't want that out of my life, you know.
Right.
But they signed up for it. And I think fame gets to your head. I think that, and you go crazy. I'm sorry. I think fame makes people crazy. If they don't know how to deal with it, they don't know how to talk to a therapist about it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you crazy. Here's the thing, and I'm not sticking up for her at all. Promise to God, not sticking up for her. Every couple that I know, including my husband and I, have been in fights. Okay. We
Yes.
have been in
Yes.
fights in front of our children, which
Yes.
I regret deeply. I have never once had my children in harm's way, ever. And that's what I do judge on.
For sure.
That should have never happened.
There's a
Um,
time. There's a time and place for everything.
yeah.
Um, Before I show the chat our notes and whatnot and videos that we're going to react to, one thing I will say is, look, if this counts as sexist, okay, whatever.
I'll
You
let you
know,
know.
you're obviously a female, a woman, but the double standards that these females have for men doesn't make no sense. These females want a polished man, 6 feet tall, 210 pounds, 600K in their bank account, body count is 0. But at the same time, they could go out and be swingers. At the same time, they could go out and not look after their kids,
Hmm.
not cook, not clean. I'm not saying that has to be the stigma of every American woman in this beautiful country that we live in. I'm just saying what I've been saying since all this shit hit the fan, and that's keep that same energy.
Hmm.
How can you go out have 30 bodies, but it's a problem when a man does?
Yeah.
How can you go out, throw a chair at your husband with your child sitting in the less than 10 feet away, and people are sympathizing with her in the sense
I'm
of
actually, and that's my question to you. I haven't seen very many people come to her defense. Have you?
a few, like it's few and far between.
Yeah. So
There's obviously not droves of people defending her, no,
yeah, and I
but
am happy about that. I
me
think
too.
that's finally coming out of like, oh, thank God we finally have somebody being held accountable
Yeah,
for their
yeah.
actions.
My point is just like, okay, these women out there that are going to be like, have check boxes for their men.
Hmm.
Men have check boxes for women too, and they don't want somebody with a body count of 30, 40, 50.
Yeah.
Or somebody like that. That's all I really have to say on that. And that's the only thing that's really pissed me off in that regard. But
And that's what I guess what I'm asking, which is why I need to watch this show. Is this just like a show where it's just like this is what they do? Like, is it like Jersey Shore in Utah where it's just okay for them to go? Like, is
yeah,
this really happening or is this produced? Is this
I I think it's a
production?
I honestly think it's a bit of both. I
Okay.
do. I think honestly, when you're around somebody for X amount of hours, X amount of days, and there's little rumblings of something going on, of them sleeping with somebody, and if you're around that person for long enough, you're going to be like, why don't we try this out?
Hmm.
Regardless if we're married, you
Hmm.
know, one time, two times, three times. Why not?
Yeah.
And that's what leads to this swinging, in my opinion, at least. Now, I think producers do lean into it
Yeah.
and be like, hey, pretend like you don't know that they slept together. Or, hey, just say that you slept together. And then that might plant a little seed in their
Hmm.
brains to be like, hey, why don't we actually do sleep together just to see how it is? It'll
Yeah.
make our show ratings go like this.
Yeah.
So to your point, yes, there is a hidden agenda in all this,
Yeah.
And speaking of the show, that's when things really started to get to the forefront. I believe they're filming season 5 now, and there were posts that her co-stars came out saying that Taylor Frankie Paul, because obviously she's been everywhere, NBA All-Star Celebrity Game, Where's My Daddy? I mean, Call Her Daddy podcast.
That's my dad.
On this podcast, this night show, that night show, she's been everywhere, promotional tour, promoting her new season of The Bachelorette, which was supposed to premiere last Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And with that publicity, which is probably a little more than she's already had with the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, that's when this whole allegation scandal started popping up, where her co-stars were like, nah, she beats on her husband. And why would they lie about that when they have all the ratings in the world and when they're already in the middle of a season? I feel like that would probably be something you bring up in an earlier season if it was a lie. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, again, I'm the wrong person to ask. I hate The Bachelorette. I hate The Bachelor. I hate all of that stuff. But
I
I'm not,
I love love, so that's why I like it. But go
but
ahead.
it's not real love. I like stuff that like you can watch where I love documentaries where you actually see the true stuff happening. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of overproduction bullshit crap again. But if I sit down and watch the Kardashians, I'm going to watch the
That's different though,
Kardashians. I don't know.
because all those queens are amazing. They're fine. They're
And see, that's what you want to watch. You want to look on screen and see a beautiful woman standing in front of you. A woman wants to look on screen and see a beautiful man standing in front of them. I get why it's escapism for sure. I get it.
sure.
I just don't understand it. So I don't understand like the uproar. Like in my world, like if I had a million Allisons in my world and a headline came up and said The Bachelorette is canceled, I'd be like, cool. And then
Eh.
like not think about it ever again in my life. So the reason that it's so like overblown and so crazy is just like sometimes I'm like, is this stuff manufactured? Like
Oh, for sure, for sure.
but with the video, if that was a Bachelor guy, a contestant or whatever,
he would be in prison, regardless if that was 3 years ago, if it was 10 years ago, 15, 20.
yeah, but at the
That
same
man
time,
would be in prison
but this should be looked at as a crime. I don't
for
know
sure.
how long ago that video
Three
was.
3 years ago, 2023.
You can't, your kids. That's where I draw the line. And maybe that's just something that maybe I need to look at within myself because yes, you're attempting to hurt another human being, her husband at the time. I get that and I feel bad for him having to be in that. But he wasn't I don't know, this is going to be kind of controversial. He
No,
wasn't
no,
doing
no. Say
anything
it.
to
Say it.
he wasn't taking that situation. He was recording it. He wasn't trying to, take it down a notch or get his children out of the way or anything like that. It was just so like this, I'm recording you so I can show people what you're doing to me type of thing. Like nobody was caring for those kids.
But at the same time, I've been through that. I
Yeah.
have. And at the same time, yes, you protect your kids,
Hmm.
but you got to protect yourself.
Yeah.
It was him or her.
Yeah.
And
And if he put his hands on her,
but
she would have.
this whole she said he said world is extremely extremely true that we
Yeah.
live in. If she came out and said Dakota did this, Dakota did that,
Hmm.
and he didn't have this video, people would probably believe her.
Yeah. Agreed.
And whereas he has this video, people be like, "Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's all helping him, and more men should do that
Yeah.
because believe it or not, men go through this. Just
Yeah.
because men are big brutes, bronze before brains type of figures, doesn't mean they get abused by women. They do,
All the
but
time.
like women, some are scared to come out about it because they'll be like, "You're a man. What the fuck? Deal with it."
Yeah.
Why are you talking to us about this? You're a pussy. You're this. You're that.
Yeah.
I
I
totally
just wish that it could just be this just universal understanding. Just don't put your hands on another person.
no. And I
Just
would be saying all this if this was The Bachelor doing this.
exactly.
People on my videos are like, "Oh, well, why didn't you say this to all these athletes that are beating on women?" Rasee Rice's dumbass should be in fucking prison.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Rice should stay in whatever hole he's in.
Yeah, and people were also defending him with that whole thing because that was the elevator incident, right?
Yeah.
Where he knocked
When it was
his
clear as day, when
girlfriend
he
out.
straight up just decked his girl.
But then you also saw people coming to men and women saying it's because she spit on him. You're serious?
Look, just even if she did, if it was a man that spit on you, beat his ass. Beat his ass.
Yeah.
Whatever happens after another man spits on you is whatever happens.
Yeah.
Jail
Agreed.
or no jail.
Yeah.
But if a woman spits on you, I'm sorry, you just got to take that. You just have to take that.
And some people will say that Dakota just had to take it. You know?
I mean,
and I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either.
And here's another thing too, when I was watching that video, it was so uncomfortable to watch because people are just like, chilling. Men are so much scarier, you know. She looks so freaking scary in that video.
She looks like a pet of Satan.
She looks like a demon.
1,000,000% demonic.
And you know what? Sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, I need to do some soul searching. Do I look like that when I'm mad? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it makes you wonder, like, if you were being recorded, would you act that way?
Sure.
Ugh.
So what we're going to show the chat now is Taylor Frankie Paul on Good Morning America talking about the recent allegations. This was before the video came out. And this is what she had to say.
I want to hear all about your bachelorette journey, but first I want to give you the opportunity to respond to recent headlines about the alleged domestic violence incident with your ex-boyfriend.
Honestly, it's been a heavy time to see the headlines, especially during this time of The Bachelorette being released, and it's supposed to be a really exciting time. I'm a person that will always speak my truth, and that's what I'm known for, and so when the time is right, I will be. But right now, just trying to be in the present moment and focus on this. But the thing is my kids do come first. Mm-hmm. My kids come first, and so it's been like just a back and forth process. Trying to be here, the present moment, worrying about home and headlines. It's been stressful, to be honest.
We did reach out to Dakota, and we did not for a statement. We did not get a response from him. Now we have reports that The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives has paused production.
Here's what else.
I don't want to hear all of it now. And then season 5 was in production. Mm-hmm. Reports say it's paused. Mm-hmm. Is that true?
Honestly, I don't call the shots with production. So as of now, I have gotten word that it also has been paused, but I do not call those shots. Mm-hmm. So as far as I know, it was, but I don't know for how long and why.
I know you're one of the executive producers on the show.
Yeah, I got told that this year.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I didn't know, and I was like, what does that mean?
How do you envision your future on that show?
Hard to say now, right? Just because of, everything going on. It's hard to see past this, I'm not going to lie. In this moment, it's just so heavy. And when your life is broadcasted out there in these headlines, it's like the end of the world. Right. That's what it feels like. I'm not going to lie. But I will say I've been here before, and I got through it, and shared my story, my light. So I'm hoping that I can do that again.
Yeah, and I know there's a season on right now.
So,
oh God,
what are your thoughts on that before we watch the next recording?
I am so tired of these stupid therapist buzzwords that everybody uses all the time because now they're so overused. I'm speaking my truth, honey. No, you were caught. Like, if I was somebody's publicist or if I was somebody's whatever you call it, I'd be like, go out there. Don't just be upfront and honest. I would say, oh, yeah, that video was awful. I am so embarrassed for my actions. I'm really sorry to my ex-boyfriend and to my children for putting them in those positions. That's all I can say.
Right.
That is so much more endearing than coming out there and be like, I always speak my truth. Like, no,
she would probably get a lot more sympathy if she did 100%.
That. 100%.
And get a lot more like, okay, well, maybe there is another side to the story rather than just lie. And it goes back to the old adage of women versus accountability.
Mm-hmm.
They could go and unalive some man. It could be on camera and they'd be like, oh, that wasn't me. Like, come the fuck on. Like, I see right through her bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't believe a word she says. And it's sad.
I think I said this to you off camera and you wanted me to say it.
Yes.
The most gaslighting thing a gaslighter can do is tell you that you're the gaslighter.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And she's trying to say that Dakota was the gaslighter in the situation.
Like,
I don't think people know truly what that term even means. I just think they say it because it sounds fucking cool.
it's the same thing. Again, it's those stupid therapist buzzwords because everybody is in therapy. I'm not saying don't go to therapy, people. I'm not
Right.
saying
Me
that.
neither. Me neither.
What I'm saying is take something else out of it besides the word narcissist, besides the word gaslight, and besides the word
Yes.
speaking my
Yes.
truth.
Yes.
Jesus. Like, I'm
It's fucking
sorry.
annoying.
There is a very few percentage of people out there who are true narcissists. Narcissists.
Yes.
It's an actual disorder that
It
you
is.
are actually like not everybody is a narcissist. Not every man that you come across is a narcissist liar.
Could they? Okay, yes. To your point, could they lie? Yes. That
Yeah.
doesn't make him a narcissist, especially if
No.
he owns up to it after the fact.
They're okay,
Where
let me
where did this stigma come from that if a man only wants sex, he's a narcissist? If a man is honest to you, he's a narcissist. If a
yeah,
man has standards, he's a narcissist. Where did this come from? Meg the Stallion, Glorilla, like who? An
probably.
OnlyFans content creator, who?
I think it's just the strong division that you're seeing between men and women right now. And what makes me happy about this whole situation is that a female is being held accountable. What doesn't make
Yes.
me happy about the situation is now giving her a platform to spew her truth.
But
Honey, the
she
truth
already.
is that
Go
we
ahead.
saw you on video, own up to it, be a man,
Be
just
a woman.
take accountability.
Be
It's
a
not
real woman. All these women say, I'm a real woman with this. I'm a real woman with that. Then do things that are real woman shit.
I do have something to say about this narcissist thing because it pisses me off so bad.
Say it.
A true narcissist. Okay, so I listen to really weird podcasts that I'm hoping to share with you guys someday because they're wonderful, but not a lot of people listen to them. And one was covering a true narcissist. Somebody wrote in and said, I am a diagnosed narcissist,
Oh,
a
wow.
narcissistic personality disorder. This is the way I think. And paraphrasing, he basically said, I am in a relationship. Throughout my entire relationship, I want to make her do what I want her to do. This is how I do those steps. A
Mm,
narcissist is very aware that they're a narcissist. That's one of the things that they do. They want to make people sway to their decisions, sway to what they want.
yeah.
Not, I'm telling you, it's like 0.00 something percent of men that are actual like diagnosed have diagnosed narcissistic personality.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's called
Right.
NPD and it's an actual thing.
Yeah,
I'm
for
so
sure.
tired of this.
And
And
there's
honestly, if
there's
you want to talk about narcissism, she sounds like the narcissist.
she straight up does. And there's tests you can take. I
Mhm.
know because I took one.
Yeah.
And
Are you a narcissist?
no, you need to hit 7 out of 9 of the traits,
Yeah.
personality traits, to fit a narcissist. I only had 3 of 9.
I'm
So,
scared. I get all 10. I think
but
I'm just
it,
awesome. I'm like, oh, I'm just crazy.
you're like still a 10 out of 10.
Not bad.
but you were saying something, and I think I cut you off about it. And I apologize, but I hope it
That's
comes
okay.
back to you so you could say it. But what's on the screen right now, we obviously can't play the video or else our video will not be public. It won't even get posted. But here's a screenshot of Taylor Frankie Paul having Dakota in a literal headlock, like a guillotine for all my MMA watchers out there. You could just tell this isn't the first time something like this has happened.
And
You
then at
know,
what point can he start protecting himself and fighting back without
you
him being the bad guy?
you could see in the video he's pushing her off.
Hmm.
He's not hitting her. He didn't even push her forcefully to where she fell on the floor. He's literally, and again, I got to bring my sports back into this. He's literally stiff arming her away, and she's still swinging, kicking,
Hmm.
feet and fists flying. In this pick,
Wait, is he Supermaning the hoe? Is that what it's called?
I think he tried to be Captain Save a Ho. I do. In this pick, I know it's blurry. I wish it wasn't, but what this is one of the bar stools that was thrown at Dakota.
Honestly, this looks like the gates of heaven. Like I can't even like point out.
I mean, right, there's a fucking rectangle right there. That is literally, I tried screenshotting it as quick as I could, but
Why can't we play
she's
it?
fast because it's domestic violence and anything domestic violence related
Yeah, but I've already
can't
like
be
seen
shown.
it played on other places. That pisses me
On
off.
YouTube,
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
I think on TikTok you could play it, and
Oh,
on
okay.
like Twitch, Kick, but not on YouTube. No, because I tried posting the Diddy video when he beat the brakes off of Cassie,
Oh my God,
and
that video is horrible.
my video was blocked.
If
So,
if this video does not give you the same like
ooh,
nausea
chills,
that
chills.
that Diddy video gave you, you need to do some soul searching.
And then here is the head of Taylor's daughter that was sitting right there. I watched the video again just before we came on air,
Yeah.
and I think the chair kind of hit their daughter.
Yeah,
I
because I think in
do.
the video you can hear her crying afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she threw two chairs. She wasn't crying, and then
Yeah.
one was thrown in her direction. She started crying. So,
God.
yeah, mom of the year for sure, right there.
See, okay, so I'm going to put myself in this position. Like, let's say that this was me on this video. I was throwing a chair at my husband, and in the video, one of my kids gets hit. Do you know the amount of guilt that I would be trying to, I don't know, like pray to God to forgive me for?
Not only that,
Like, I would be on every single outlet if somebody was just like, well, what's going on? I'd be like, dude, I feel so bad. Like, I cannot believe I ever
yeah,
put my kids in this situation. I'm so sorry. I don't deserve to be on
yeah,
anything anymore.
yeah. I'll keep it a buck with you, Ali, like I've always done with you. If that ever happened, I would, be like, hey, you can come on our show, say your piece, but after that, we can't film no more.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah.
And I would hope you do the same for me.
Yeah.
God forbid if I was ever in this situation, which I don't plan on being in, by the way.
So
or
that's my question. Why would any type of like PR or anything be like, yeah, you need to go out there and say these words? Why wouldn't somebody just say, hey, girl, you just need to go out there, take accountability, tell them that you're sorry, and
Yeah,
that
I
you'll
don't
try to make
understand.
amends?
I don't understand either. It's because she's a woman, because if I could see this coming from a man, and again, I don't mean to make it so sex heavy in that sense, but if it was a man, he would say exactly what Taylor's been saying.
Mm-hmm.
He would take accountability for sure, but it's PC answers from Taylor, but at the same time, it's not PC answers
Yeah.
from Taylor, which we all
Yeah.
know it's narcissist heavy. I don't get it either. Now, here's what some of her co-stars from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives said. Well, first there's this video. I think this was before.
That'll never be
From
a topic
Call
that's
Her
like
Daddy.
not that
This
doesn't
was
like
before the video
obviously
came out.
I feel like a lump in my throat because it's just such a hard time in my life. And so I never really even think about me in that situation. Obviously it's like my kids because they were involved, right? Of like they were in the house and the charges were all dropped. I never had hurt my daughter. I never intentionally did anything with my children. I never have ever. And so that was like the hardest time just because like I am such a passive mom and like really good to my kids. So to be known as something like that was like,
Here comes
that
the
is like the
waterworks.
worst time. But in that moment that we see on screen, I see a lot of pain. And I didn't have any tools at that time. So I was like very lost. And I remember you can hear it on the tape. And I'm like, they're like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm like, I'm in so much pain inside. And I'm literally like, it's on the tape. Like, I'm crying. He's like, what? He's like acting like I'm like hurt. He's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm like, there's so much pain. There's so much pain. That'll never be I know I can't. I guess I never even look at it for me, like the time. And that's why I've held guilt. It's just like, because I could have been like, my therapist is like, you were trying your best with what you knew you had. I never been through anything like that. So I didn't have the tools and they were like, but you have to give yourself grace because you didn't know and you didn't have it. And I was like, but that you could have, they're like, so you did the best that you can. And they're telling me this in therapy, but I'm like, no, I wasn't though. I wasn't for my kids. Like, I think I was being very selfish and I've accepted that I was selfish at that time, but I've learned from it. And I've been trying to, make up for it. And obviously immense amounts of therapy and tools and learning and made up time with my kids and having to, deny a lot of opportunities and it's because I want to be with my kids. Like I did have a lot of time of grieving and loss that I don't want any more wasted time for my kids. They're only small for so long. So that is a hard, I know I can't topic, and just due to you know what, we all know about it, but that was, yeah, one of my lowest nights on freaking TV, and it's embarrassing. And but with that has come a lot of learning lessons, and I become a better mom because of it. Because in my next relationship, and even just the one, like the little dating that I've done, it's just like, I'm sorry, but I don't want to go on a date. I want to sit here and I want to ride bikes with my kids tonight, and that's what I'm choosing, because that is, to me, what feels like I should be doing on my days. That's what I should have been doing. It was a lesson learned. Topic, and
So,
that'll never be
what are your
a
thoughts
topic that's like,
to all that?
I mean, that's a little bit more sincere. I do appreciate that.
I think this was before the video came out, though. So this wasn't anything after the video. She's
Yeah.
spoken to sources of these celebrity gossip pages, but she's yet to make a public appearance.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's I don't know. I think this situation is black and white. I do have sympathy for anybody who comes to terms knowing that they, possibly put their children in that situation. Again, I'm not a perfect parent, never hurt my kids, ever put them in that position, but if I ever did, God forbid, probably never going to happen. I don't know. I do sympathize with her a little bit more here, and the guilt and stuff like that. Now, she's also making this like run through podcasts and being on TV shows and stuff like that, but she's over here saying that her kids are her number one priority.
Yeah.
So
To
that's a
her,
little weird.
oh, it's straight up fakeness.
Yeah.
She's the type of women, albeit she is from Pueblo, and these are how Pueblo women act.
Hey.
To have, yeah, hey, not you, everybody but you. It's
That's right.
like,
I'm crazy.
no, you're not. But it's like they always say, I have my kids full time, but yet they're at the club every weekend shaking ass.
Hmm.
They're at the bar every weekend shaking ass, but they're like, being a mom's my number one priority. And when you press them about it, they're like, well, I can't have a night off. You have 4 nights off, 4 weeks in a row. You know, like,
Yeah.
if you want a night off, stay the fuck home.
Yeah.
But your kids are in another room type shit. You know what I mean? So, but to Taylor's defense in that regard, I think contractually by The Bachelor, by ABC, she's contractually obligated to appear on X amount of late night shows, on X amount of podcasts, on X amount of commercials, things like that. So to her defense, I think that's where that came from. Now, a few of her co-stars spoke on the video that came out. Miranda Hope said, I've honestly been a little at a loss for words trying to process this all. Everything has been really heavy to see. Domestic violence and abuse of any kind is something I take very seriously as a human and especially a mother. I cannot support that kind of behavior. My heart is with the children in this, and I hope they're safe, supported, and surrounded by love. Another co-star said, my personal history as a survivor makes it impossible for me to stay silent. I stand firmly against domestic violence in any form. I'm keeping her children in my thoughts, hoping for their safety above all else. PC or not, they're saying the right things.
I mean, that's definitely PR right there.
For sure. A source told ET about the video obtained by TMZ. Dakota filmed the incident to have a record of what he says happened. He was concerned he wouldn't be believed by investigators. Investigators have had this video since 2023, and that sort of bears the question as to, yes, there's a mugshot that went pretty viral of Taylor Frankie Paul for that night, so she did get arrested, but I wonder why she never got, sentenced to any prison time. Like, will a trial
she did
happen?
say that the charges were dropped.
Yeah.
So any charges against her were completely dropped. So that means that there's not going to be any type of like arrest or anything like that.
Got it. And then, okay, well, that answers that. So a spokesperson for Taylor Frankie Paul, I don't know, this feels like her mother saying this, but that's just me.
Okay.
It's sad to see the latest installment of his never-ending, desperate, attention-seeking, destructive campaign to harm Taylor without any regard for the consequences for their child. Fuck you, you stupid-ass person that said this. because they're acting like the child just didn't get hit by a fucking bar chair. Get the fuck out of here. And if you have a problem with it, say something in the comments. I bet you won't.
Yeah.
Releasing an old video which conveniently omits context on their son's birthday is a reprehensible attempt to distract from his own behavior. Thankfully, the public has seen this act before and knows who he is, and sadly, many will recognize this pattern of manipulation, both in his actions on the show and from their own experiences. I'll let you take the lead on this statement because I'm kind of mad. I'm kind of mad because what?
So if this is a spokesperson for her, that has to be PR?
A spokesperson. There are ways to manipulate the media. There are ways to say things off the record, on the record, off the record, but you can't use their name. On the record, but you can't use their name.
Mm-hmm. So
it could be a cousin of Taylor, Frankie Paul. It could be her mother, but when they're telling all this stuff, they could just be like, say I'm a spokesperson, because I don't want my identity out there just yet.
Mm-hmm.
And last week I said her mother's really silent about this. And she posted today a picture of her getting gift baskets and saying, thank everybody for the support with Bible quotes. Yeah, you bitches can't come back from this.
So I guess my question is, what is she talking about here? I would like to know the other side of the story, too.
She's talking about that Dakota was abusive himself.
Did he ever get arrested?
No.
Was there ever any police calls?
No, she's playing fucking victim here. She's trying to do the narcissist thing and put it back on Dakota and say it was reactive abuse. Well, okay, if Dakota truly abused you, where are those screenshots? Yeah. Where are the screenshots of threats? Where are the bruises that he supposedly left you, which he hasn't even said that he even left bruises on her? Where's this? Where's that? Have your fucking ducks in a row before you say some bullshit. And nobody believes her because obviously the video's out that she's being a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the part where I'm upset. It's like, why are you trying to blame deflect when you know damn well what the fuck happened?
So I wonder, my question is, why now? Why is this video surfacing now from 2023? Like, what's that for?
That is the question that bears, especially 4 days before her Bachelorette premiere.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if this was released 3 years ago, why 3 years ago were we not having the same discussion?
True.
Why are we all talking about it now? So I do agree with that. I do agree. Why now? Like, what's in it for whomever released the video? I
get it. That is one of the dicey / fishy things about this whole thing is why now? You know, but let me ask you this. Would it mean more or less if the entire season of The Bachelorette premiered? We know who got kicked off week after week. We know who won. And then a day after the show ended, this video came out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that would be like bigger or more swept under the rug?
So we're on our 5th season, I think is what they said, of the Mormon Wives
Correct.
show.
They're currently filming the 5th season and they're in production.
So with all of these co-stars coming out and spewing their PR bullshit on Instagram, they knew about this in 2023 and now they have something to say about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That is true. That is true. Now, Dakota did release something. He released a statement. He said, as anyone who has seen the video will understand, this is a deeply upsetting situation. I am unfortunately used to these baseless claims about me and our relationship, which I categorically deny. I'm focusing on our son and his safety, and I hope that Taylor will do the same. I don't think she will, but hey, kudos to him for hoping she gets the help that she needs.
Yeah.
What I want to talk about, though, is, as I'm going through our pictures here. Okay, here's one thing that I find interesting. Let's start with the video leak. ABC abruptly pulled The Bachelorette Season 22 after a 2023 video of Paul fighting with ex-boyfriend Dakota Mortensen surfaced online. The network decided to not move forward with the season just 3 days before its March 22nd premiere. The footage shows Paul throwing bar stools at Mortensen and accidentally hitting her child. So that shit is confirmed.
Yeah.
That she did hit the kid. Oof.
Yeah.
Good God. Okay, here's another thing that I feel we need to talk about. Taylor's casting question. ABC cast Paul as his first ever Bachelorette lead with no prior ties to the franchise, betting her viral #MomTalk fame would bring in new viewers and revive the show.
Oh,
Paul's
shit.
2023 arrest and ongoing legal constraints were already public, raising questions about ABC's vetting process and whether red flags were overlooked. Her volatile on and off relationship with Mortensen was already well documented on her reality series.
Oh, okay.
What are your thoughts on that?
I agree. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Everything's fake and nothing makes sense. Like, so they already, everything is about money. Everything is about
Yeah.
viewership. So if we didn't cause a huge uproar about this video coming out, I don't even know these people and I'm talking about it. If we did not cause this huge uproar, then it would be aired. And none of this,
Yeah,
nobody would care about that. Nobody cares about the kids. Nobody cares about domestic violence. It's all about ratings. It's all about money. So sorry, they're just as bad as her.
for sure. There
100%.
there has been rumors that the Bachelor and Bachelorette ratings have gone down considerably over the past few years.
Yeah, because the show sucks. Get it off the air. God, it's
It
not that
may
hard.
maybe this is the wake-up call they need to truly stop the show as a
Just
whole. You know what I mean?
stop. I swear to God, that show's what, 20 years old? I
It
think, or
says
something
this
like
was
that.
season 22, so yeah, 20 years old, give or take.
Like, dear God, it's time. It's time for it to just shut it the fuck down. Like, oh my God. Like I'm telling you, I feel like these people, it's the same thing I feel about people who get into management. I don't feel like they're like they're smart. I don't feel like they get these like positions because of their natural ability or talents. Like
No, not at all.
I feel like it's a lot of nepotism, it's a lot of who you know, and then they make
For
stupid
sure.
decisions like this, and it's just like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming. It's like, well, I did, and I'm just a fucking layman over here, like not getting paid that amount. Like, cut it off
Oh my
after
goodness.
15 years. Like,
But at the same time, people
oh,
people love controversy. And for those that say I love positivity, you don't
no.
because you want to look away, but you can't.
I hate positivity.
Me
I
too.
hate
Me
fake
too. That's why I
positivity.
don't know how Vic fucking Blends is even remotely famous because he's cutting hair like, yo, man, do you? God's got you. This, that, this. I'm like, buddy, how the fuck are you famous when everybody loves fucking controversy? But I digress. That's not the here nor
Well,
there. I
because
just,
also people watch it, that content to see how people react to it too.
I guess.
So it's like it's a type of like rage bait.
Yeah, I guess it clearly worked on me just now.
It did.
I'm glad we live in a country where I don't have to watch that shit, and I'm
Yeah.
not subscribed to any of his platforms.
Yeah.
What I find really fucking weird though, and hairy, like a 1970s porn star's hoo ha,
You're so
is
dumb.
that ABC is owned by Mickey Mouse,
Are you sure?
and they go through extensive background checks.
Yeah.
Yes, they say they need ratings, but if this was any other person, if I'm not even saying if this was a man, if she was just a regular woman, they would go to her fucking kindergarten school teacher and be like, how was
Hmm.
she as a 5, 6 year old? They would go to the doctor that helped bring her into this world from her mom's
Right.
hoo ha and ask how that deliverance went. So
Yes.
the fact that they didn't do it with this, you got to put some blame on Mickey Mouse. You got to put some blame on ABC to the point where,
Yeah.
okay, well, we let this happen. It's all coming out. Granted, it was public knowledge, but at the same time, they were forced to cancel it based
Hmm.
off that alone.
Hmm.
Like the fact that it was even discussed shouldn't even have been a discussion because they already let it go far enough.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
Agreed.
mean?
Yeah. So basically it sounds like what they were doing is trying to pull Mom Talk viewership, which God, I hate everything about that. Mom
Me
Talk
too.
and
And
Mormon Wives.
ladies that are going to be watching this, this is a mom through and through that is saying this.
I am a mom of two. I love my kids to death, and I hate everything about anything that has to do with mom content online, unless it's talking about how raging lunatic you are, then I love it.
But
But
no, it's just her doing TikTok dances, shaking her meow meow and moo moos. Honestly,
how is that? How does that correlate with motherhood?
I'm not. That is a good question. I'm not going to say the answer that will probably
It's
get me
because
canceled.
they're pretty to look at. That's with
Yeah,
anything in this world.
Yeah.
They're pretty
Yeah.
to look at. They're beautiful, beautiful women.
She is a very beautiful woman.
And
She
and
is.
and to see somebody like that on your screen, and like, I'm guilty of it. You're scrolling through your Instagram Reels or your TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but however you do TikTok, and you land on somebody who is very nice to look at, you're not gonna scroll away.
Right.
I get it, but it's stupid. I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I want to leave this planet. I hate it so much.
I like if mom talk was saying, here's how to pack your kid's lunch in a cute way to make sure they'll eat it.
Yeah,
Okay, bravo.
yeah,
Great. Here's how to potty train your kid.
yeah,
Bravo. Here's how to make sure to get your kid off a binky. Bravo.
yeah.
But if you're dancing to a song about getting your back blown out, I could see where there's an audience.
What
And I
song is
would,
that?
oh,
Tell me.
I'd have to tell you off air.
I need new gym music, so go ahead. Send it my way.
Be like
Kidding.
7 p.m. Friday, get it sexy, get it sexy.
I don't know,
I'll put you
man.
on some hood shit, but
My
um
honest opinion about this is everybody shut up. Everybody shut the fuck up. Get off my TV and just shut up.
well, here's another thing I find interesting. The financial loss. ABC could be out tens of millions of dollars if it can't find a way to salvage The Bachelorette. Includes licensing fees to Warner Bros. Their international distributor, marketing costs, and lost revenue. Warner Brothers executives are taking a wait and see approach to what's going on while staying in touch with ABC. Now, I find that interesting mainly because I heard a rumor that they will not air this at all. Some people were saying they will air it after a few weeks until this dies down, like all stories do. But I heard something where it's like, no, they're just going to start filming for Bachelor in Paradise.
If air it, I dare them to air it, and then I want to see that viewership. I want to see how many people do not tune in. Because
I
either way,
think,
they're going to lose that millions of dollars.
you know what? We live in such a sad, sick fucking world. I think their viewership will be the best it's been since 2009.
Yeah, well then, you know what? Maybe they're not as stupid as I think they are then. So
No,
maybe
no,
they're
and here,
doing all of this for the views.
well, and then here's another thing. We're all doing this for views,
Yeah.
Allie. We really are. But the problem that people had to begin with is, okay, she's a swinger, mama three, openly cheats on her husband. What man would want to go after that and think they have a true shot at true love and live a truly happily ever after lifestyle with Taylor Frankie Paul?
Who goes on those shows and say, "Hey, I'm going to find my true love on this overproduced bullshit lie of a show"? Who,
True.
sorry, no. You want to be
It,
on a show, you want to be famous, you don't care about love
true.
going on these shows. You just don't.
It could be their 15 minutes of fame that they just want
Hell yeah.
to go from 800 Instagram followers to 20K Instagram followers.
I'm
You
down.
know?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let me talk to my husband.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Taylor's statement, a rep for Paul says a video, which I just read a little bit ago, omits context and is a reprehensible attempt to distract from Mortensen's behavior. Again, if he was abusive, come out with it from the beginning.
Agreed.
Paul alleges, this is the part that's going to fucking butter my biscuit. Paul alleges she had endured years of mental and physical abuse, as well as threats of retaliation, and is now taking steps to protect herself and her children. Bullshit. Paul added that she had remained silent out of fear. Oh, she's pulling that line of further abuse, but is now prepared to share her story. Let me just say this, then I'll let you go, Allie. Oh my God. I've said this about the Conor McGregor situation, the Mike Tyson situation, and now about this situation. If you, man, woman, whatever you identify as, if you went through abuse, why on earth would you be scared to come out with it?
Mm-hmm.
You would be looked at as a more strong, courageful individual if you just came out with it right then and there. Why wait months? Why wait years to say he hit me, he raped me, he did this, he did that. Just come out with it from the beginning. And if you do come out with it, make sure you have all your ducks in a row. Because if you miss one thing, I'm sorry. If one thing's out of order, I'm calling bullshit. I
Mhm.
truly am. So the fact that she's scared of further retaliation, live at the police station. You have enough money to go get an Airbnb for X amount of months in any state of this fucking country.
Yeah. I want to compare it to Nicole and OJ Simpson. Um,
Please.
she was literally living in an abusive situation, like to the T, exactly drawn out the way that she's saying that she's doing this.
Yes.
Nicole Simpson had multiple calls made to the police, had hours of recorded calls to the
Hello.
police, had people that she talked to. She has never once talked about this to anybody,
No. No. She's only saying this now to play fucking victim.
which is why would you want to be that? Why does anybody want to be a victim? I've never seen an actual victim want to be in that situation.
Yeah, and it's a disrespect to it's a true disrespect to the people that have truly gone through
Hmm.
this.
I will say this. I follow a mom group for Tulsa. So I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's called Tulsa Moms.
Yeah.
And do you know how many times I read on there of, hey, I'm in an abusive situation. Can any moms out there tell me of like what I need to do and the steps that I need to take and all this stuff? That's real life situations. Those are real
Yeah.
life situations that women are actually going through. And for you to throw that out there with nothing to back it up astonishes me. It's astonishing how
It
you would
truly
ever.
is.
And so I truly believe that the people who play the victim are not really the victim.
No.
I've never once met a victim who didn't stand up and be like, "Hey, don't call me that. Yeah, I lived through some terrible shit. I'm not a fucking victim." No.
To your point on Nicole, she also had paper trails,
Hmm.
photos of OJ abusing her.
Yeah.
Black eye, bruised arms,
Yep.
bruised cheek.
Yep.
Where's this for her if this truly happened? I'm sorry, I do not believe her. I do
I
not believe her.
it sucks to say this as a woman because there are a lot of women out there who deserve to be believed that
It
are not,
sucks
and
to
she's not one of
trust me.
them.
I pray if anybody has gone through this, they find the closure and they find the peace in their life. I pray for that.
100%.
I do,
Hmm.
man or woman. But the fact that you want to play on somebody's name,
Yeah.
that's where I have to draw the line. That's where I have to be like, no, no, no. Come with the receipts or don't come at all. Point blank simple.
Yeah, and it's really oof. I don't like the world we live in. I don't like that we have to sit there and she's so much not a victim that she has to come out and pretend that she's a victim. That's such a weird world to live in.
She sounds like, yeah, I'm not going to say. Um, you know, you know, you know, you know.
Yeah,
But again, to what I said earlier, where did the shift happen? Toxic femininity, however the fuck you say it,
it's femininity.
femininity. That shit is real. The
100%.
same way toxic masculinity is real. Where did it shift, in your opinion, where women have this mindset of destroying a man?
I think that we have been called victims far too long, that we're now in this victim mentality constantly, and there's no way to get out of it. Honestly, I truly believe that we have been coddled and told, "Oh, you guys can do no wrong. You guys are not as big as men. You guys are not as strong as men. You can't do that. You're just a victim of the circumstances that you're in."
Yeah,
I don't agree with that at all. I don't. And I truly believe that you have to save room for the people who actually go through turmoil and who actually go through these instances where it's
yeah,
life or death and they have to fight and claw their way out. She's not one of
absolutely.
those people.
Absolutely. I'm with you on board 100%. And the reason why I defended Connor, Mike Tyson, and Kobe is because I felt like those women were absolutely insulting the people who were actually SA'd, who were actually abused, who were actually
Hmm.
raped. You know,
Yeah.
these men are rich and famous with millions upon millions of dollars in their bank account. You sleep with the man, he ghosts you. You're mad. Okay, how can I hurt him? Through his pocketbook. Especially if you lose the criminal case.
And you know what sucks about that is that if it actually really happened, now you don't have the trust of the people that you should have the trust. And now it's just
You're
like this like garbled mess of nonsense that you don't know what's real and what's not.
It's the old story of crying wolf.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. Here's what else she said in regards to that night.
So I was crying to Dakota, like hysterical.
Oops.
And so it started with sadness. I was crying to Dakota, like hysterically bawling that I was so sorry for everything I've done to not only him, but my ex, my life, everything. I was like hysterically bawling. I remember that. We get home and it turns to anger, like full on anger. Like I was a different person. And I went crazy. I was throwing things.
And this was in your house with Dakota?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I didn't know my daughter was downstairs on the couch. They're usually in their beds when I'm home. We had a babysitter. I came home and she was on the couch and I was throwing stuff. And so I threw a chair towards him. And
At Dakota?
yeah.
Okay.
And so I was charged with child abuse because it could have hurt her. And so in the state of Utah, I don't know other states if they have it, but it's called reckless child abuse, meaning if you throw something and it possibly did hit your kid or it hit your kid, that's called reckless child abuse.
Your thoughts.
And so it started with sad.
I don't know if I believe her about her not knowing that her kids were downstairs because there's just no way. I mean, the kids are visible in the video. There's no way that she didn't know that. I do agree, though. I do agree. I don't think the children were the target. I do agree there.
I agree with that too.
So I do agree with that charge. If she got charged with that, which is not child abuse, but reckless child abuse, meaning that
child endangerment.
Yeah. So they weren't the target, but they were basically in the line of fire.
They're caught in the crossfire.
Yeah. So yeah, if there's one thing I believe about that, if there's one thing I believe about this woman, it's that I don't think she wants to go out and hurt her kids intentionally. I don't. I do think that, I mean, you even saw in the video that she, her eyes were black, she was raging.
Yeah. Do you think she was under the influence or something?
I don't know. I've been that mad before. I mean, not around my kids, but I've been that angry before, and I wasn't under the influence. So
sure. Yeah. I feel she probably could have been a little drunk.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if she was out with her husband or her boyfriend at the time, I doubt that there wasn't any drinking involved. So
and came back and just chose to beat on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, I don't know. If you're defending her, not saying you, but people in general, if you defend her, you condone DV. You straight up do, man or woman. You condone it. And shame on you for that. And I feel she's now the poster woman for, I almost slipped up, for abusing a man.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at the big picture of the entertainment world, yes, there have been women serial killers out there.
Mm-hmm.
But when was the last time you've seen somebody do this woman that is to a man? I can't think of one. Can you?
Mm-mm.
So I guess my point is she shouldn't recover from this. She should be having the same treatment that if a man did this.
Yeah.
She should not be recovering from this financially, publicly, from a popularity standpoint. She should be buried deep and dark down a hole where she can't see the light of day. I'm not talking about prison. I'm just talking from a publicity standpoint.
Yeah.
And I guess what made me so compelled for us to talk about this 2 weeks in a row is the fact that she's from the fucking crib.
Yeah.
She is from our hometown of Pueblo, Colorado. You grew up here. I currently live here.
Yeah.
It's madness.
Yeah.
And there have been stories here where Pueblo females go off on their man.
Yeah, we're all hood rats.
It's wild. It is insane. And I guess my final question to you, as we put a bow on this, what do you think will happen next? Obviously, the charges were dropped on her, but just overall, in a couple weeks, couple months, might be swept under the rug. But where do you feel this story will go?
My honest opinion, I think she's gonna get a ton of attention for this, like she has been. I think this might turn into something where she's gonna have a little, oh, I'm so sorry tour. And yeah, I actually think she's gonna get bigger from this. I didn't know who she was before this.
I think she will, especially because she was supposed to be the Bachelorette. And
Hmm.
for some people that I follow, that's like an event,
Yeah.
especially if you're a woman.
Yeah.
I've seen this one family put up all the contestants on a whiteboard being like, who's going to move on? Oh, this person, that person. Like, some people take it serious.
Yeah.
So I agree it will help her. But for the psychopaths that wanted the season to air, let me just throw this out there. I got to bring my sports into it like always. When Jake Paul was supposed to fight Gervonta Davis, and Gervonta Davis is known as a woman beater
Hmm.
who should probably be in prison right now. All that is alleged, but Jake Paul is known for putting women's boxing on the map.
Okay.
It would be highly disrespectful to have a women's boxing match on the same card as a man that has abused other women.
Hmm.
I'll take it even further. The UFC, former NFL player / now former UFC fighter Greg Hardy was fighting on the card. He was accused. I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was accused or convicted of abusing a woman.
Hmm.
He was on the same card as another female UFC fighter who had gone through domestic violence.
Hmm.
And people were in an uproar about it. Why was he on the same card knowing that she went through this? My point is what I've been, is the drum I've been banging since all this came out. Keep that same energy.
Yeah.
Men have gone through this.
Yeah.
Pull the plug on this season, which they rightfully did, because
Hmm.
some men are truly traumatized out there to the point where they cannot trust a woman ever again.
Yeah.
So I agree in that sense that she will get more popular. I do think they'll go through Secret Lives of Mormon Wives because I feel like it'll be their highest viewed season yet.
Probably.
And that is just the world we live in. We live in the world of controversy. We live in the world of views. We live in the world of what can generate the most headlines.
Yeah.
It's always been like that.
Yeah.
It's always been like that. But
Well, good luck to you, reality TV watchers. I'm gonna watch this show just because we talked about it. But if you want my honest opinion, turn it off. Turn the television off. It's not gonna do
like
you any good.
like Kendrick said, turn that TV off.
Hmm.
Even though we're Team Drizzy over here.
Yeah.
Is that it? Anything else you want to add, Mrs. Alley?
No, Godspeed to her. We'll probably do another update if there's anything that comes out of this, but I'm pretty sure we'll be following her. You know,
For sure.
I
For
we'll
sure.
be following the story. There, I mean, we're in too deep now, so.
We are.
But I pray for her kids. You know, I hope that a little bit of normalcy can probably come out of this. You know, maybe she's just like, yeah, I'm crazy. I probably need to step away from the limelight for a while.
I hope she could use that money. She has to get actual help. Not just a
Yeah.
TV therapist, not just a therapist that's going to be there telling her what she wants to hear instead of what she needs to hear.
Yeah.
I hope she gets true professional help. I do.
Yeah.
I do. And I pray for her kids. I pray for anybody who's going through this, man or woman. And if you are currently going through this, just know you're not alone. And just know that there are ways for this to end. Have the courage to do it, because I guarantee you will be applauded more for coming out with it sooner rather than later. And that's
Yeah.
just real. That's just
Agreed.
real. So that's it for this episode. We have had a whale of a time talking about this. I mean, that's probably the most heated I've ever gotten on this show.
Yes. I loved it. Let's do it again.
Hey, let's do it again. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your boy, Hollywood AJ. That's your girl, Mrs. Alley.
Bye, guys.